right. Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Late for the Party on Spotify. I am your host, Harry Labrea, a.k.a. Cover Boy, the Modern Marvel. Yes, we're going to get into a couple of segments, mostly an In My Mind segment, but before I do that, please comment, like, share, subscribe, and support the podcast. Thank you guys for listening. You can also check me out. The link tree will be under the description. Well, it'll be on the... it'll be basically under the video once I upload this to my YouTube and everything. You can check me out on all forms of social media. TikTok, the whole shabam bam. Let's get over 20,000 followers. Right now I'm on 20,000. Trying to boost up my YouTube. So let's get this party started, y'all. So tell a friend, tell a foe, let everybody know that Late for the Party this is how we go. So let's do it. So we're going to get in the segment right now about Yesiin Bey, a.k.a. Mos Def. And he was on a podcast, and they asked him a question about, is Drake hip-hop? Now, Yesiin Bey said that Drake is pop. Drake is pop, and he says most of Drake's music you can listen to while shopping at Target. Oh, snap. Wait a minute. Okay, first of all, let's get one thing straight. Now, I'm inclined to agree with him in this aspect. Because here's the funny part about this whole scenario when it comes down to Drake being hip-hop. Now, in my perspective, coming from being in production and making music and being a producer and a writer, look, I may not be as famous as most of these folks, but I do have some sort of perspective when it comes down to, I can have some characteristics when I see what I see in general when it comes down to what I see and hear in the industry. Now, like I said, this is my opinion, so I don't give a frog's fat ass what anybody says. But in my take, when it comes down to being hip-hop, I'm looking at it like this. Like what the mighty KRS-One says, rap is something you do, hip-hop is something you live. When it comes down to the origins, the four basic groups of hip-hop, it's about the MC, the DJ, the turntable, the MCs, the DJ, the graffiti artists, and the breakdancers, and the breakers. Now, can anything from like most of the artists in today's standards fall in that ilk of being hip-hop? To me, probably not. I'd say rap, most likely, but I mean, the hip-hop is a culture. It is a culture that, even though over time it has progressed into something far more, but when it's still, when the origin is still intact, it's still, because there's people even till this day holds those values into high regard. They may not be doing all four basic groups of it, unless if the elements is, shout out to Peanut Gallery Network and the crew, but we all fall under that same ilk. I'm under a crew that holds those letters, those principles down to a T. Peanut Gallery Network, ask about us. We're all there. Shout out to Kron and the whole fam. So when it comes down to it, no, I honestly feel that Drake is more on that level of pop, if anything. At first, when you, like, we're talking about Drake before he became Drake. Like, Drake, when he did his very first album that nobody even heard about. I mean, all we knew was that Drake was from Degrassi, and he got shot, and he was in a wheelchair. But Drake, when he did a track with Little Brother, who is as hip-hop as anybody could be, and hip-hop, and Drake knows this. But when Drake became Drake, and when he did his second album, when he linked up with Lil Wayne and Young Money, that was it. Like, here's my thing. When you start singing on your album, and 40% to 40 to 60%, let's say like 40 to, I wouldn't even say 50, I'd say about 40% of your album is you singing rather than rapping, and most of your songs that are featured on your singles that are featured on the radio is you basically singing. I mean, let's just be real. The only time most of the time when I hear Drake even rapping on anything, is if he's a special guest on something. Is if he's a special guest, like on a Travis Scott or whoever else. Like, he's usually singing rather than rapping. I mean, let's be real. You singing on your shit, is that really classified as hip-hop? I mean, let's be real. Is that really classified as hip-hop? You singing on most of your tracks, is that really hip-hop? No, it's not. I wouldn't even really classify that as rap. I mean, make up your mind, nigga. I mean, are you going to be an R&B singer? Are you trying to be an R&B singer, or are you trying to rap? Those are the situations that, that I don't even think Drake can even answer. But anybody sitting there saying, oh, he's hip-hop, no, really? All you young bucks out there that don't even know who Yesiin Bey is, which is insulting as all outdoors, because half of y'all got Google and iPhone, like Google have phones, and have Google on your phones, and you can actually look up and see that Yesiin Bey, aka Mos Def, is no, like, one-trick pony. You know what I'm saying? He's been in the game. He's been in the game longer than Drake has. But none of y'all would dare to even, like, really dig up in your history. You Gen Zs and Gen A motherfuckers out here sitting here thinking you know everything when you don't know shit. You go out there, you're going to shoot off, you want to get on the internet talking about who the heck is this and this and that and the third and whatnot, but then it's like, nigga, you got an iPhone, you sitting there jumping on Twitter talking about, oh, you don't know what the hell he talking about and whatnot. I think you got a better idea of who a person represents compared to y'all. I mean, shit. I mean, I even saying the same thing, like, bruh, like, he's fucking pop, and nothing's wrong with that. His shit is popular. That's what pop means. It's popular music. Hell, it's not even really a diss if your music is literally getting played on we're talking about, like, I wouldn't even complain if your music is literally getting played at a fucking Target. I mean, come on. That's saying something right there. So why even complain? I mean, hell. I mean, and you're not the only one who falls under that falls on that hilt. Lauryn Hill falls on that hilt. The Fugees fall on that hilt. Even though they were more hip-hop to some degree, but most of their music that was popular was the ones that Lauryn Hill was singing on. Most of their singles was the ones that Lauryn Hill was singing on. You know? I mean, majority, even when she went solo, her songs were the ones that she was mainly singing on. Look at the Black Eyed Peas. Prime example. The moment them niggas got Fergie on the team, Where Is the Love was one of the weakest songs that they had. But then right after that, something clicked to where obviously it worked. And that made them even more popular than what they were when they got started. When it was just a trio. Nothing's wrong with that. But you can't sit here and say that Drake is full-blown hip-hop. He's not. He's not. Even for him to sit there to say that, oh, what about Umi Says? Mos Def's album, his first album. Oh, Umi Says you were singing on it. Nigga, that was one fucking song. One song. And that wasn't even his featured single. Unlike his ass. Umi Says it was one of his dopest one of Yesiin Bey, aka Mos Def's dopest tracks, I might add. One of his dopest tracks on that album. But it wasn't the main one that was like blowing up the radio waves. It was, what was the one on the album that was like the hottest single around that time? That still get played to this day. Miss Fat Booty. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, hell, even now, even today, Miss Fat Booty still gets played hands down. So, that argument that Drake says about fucking, whatchamacallit, that don't make no fucking sense. How do you figure? Like, oh, yeah, like Umi Says, like, okay, Mos Def has been known to sing on some of his stuff. And other stuff. That's fine. But like I said, when it comes down to percentage of how many times, like I said, it's like watching a One Piece, like, you know, an argument between which anime has more filler than, like, certain other film, like other animes. Even though a lot of people wouldn't know that One Piece reference unless you're a nerd like me, that One Piece is 40% filler than actual storyline. But Yesiin Bey may sing on like one, maybe two songs per album. Fucking Drake is singing like, if his album is like, boy, I don't even know how his playlist can be, but if his playlist is above like 12, he's probably singing on majority of his shit. And like I said, most of Drake's singles is him singing. Barely him rapping. I mean, like I said, like, just call a spade, nigga. Like, come on. You sit there complaining over something that, like, is that really a knock? Like, no. I mean, honestly, it's like, no, Drake is not hip-hop. I don't give a frog's fat ass what anybody says. Drake is not fucking hip-hop. Alright? If you're singing on 40% of your fucking albums, and you're like, and most of your albums that are, and your singles are more on the radio than you rapping, I'm sorry, brother. You're a pop star. You're pop, not hip-hop. Like, if anything, I would say you're more rap than hip-hop, but rap and hip-hop is not the same thing. Two different ideologies. Two different scenarios. Rap and hip-hop do not fall in the same ilk. It's like horror and thriller. You know what I'm saying? They don't fall in the same category. They're their own entities. Even though they kind of fall in that they're similar, but they're different. Hip-hop doesn't fall in the same ilk as rap. Hip-hop isn't commercialized. To me, personally. Like true hip-hop isn't commercialized. Rap is more commercialized than hip-hop is. Okay? And for the people who are commercialized, that a lot of people may not understand, and that kind of falls in that category of hip-hop, they're the ones who transcend, the ones who, like you could say, like, Tribe Called Quest, The Roots, Jay-Z, even somewhat of Jay-Z, and like folks even before that, they were hip hop, but they understand the dynamics between hip hop and rap. I mean, even for Snoop Dogg, and Snoop Dogg to me falls under the realm of rap, but he understands hip hop in its entirety because he grew up through it. And that's how he was able to transcend through the years to where he's still relevant even till this day. When you're a hip hop historian, like folks like KRS-One, Snoop Dogg, Busta Rhymes, Q-Tip, where you had some fire stuff, but you still keep how your origin is intact. They're not, even for somebody like Scarface, they're historians in this shit. Motherfuckers nowadays will call us old timers and whatnot, but when you're 100% honest about the situation that you see, do you classify Drake, who honestly, as confused as he probably is, his shit is confusing as fuck. But you can't classify yourself as hip-hop when you're not really doing much hip-hop. Just because you might have a hip-hop beat and you're singing on it, sorry, brother, you're a singer. If anything, I would say R&B. If you want to even call it that. But no, sorry. No, I don't, no. That nigga is pop. Somebody contest that with me. Because most of the shit that I'm saying on this podcast right now, on this segment, you could go digging through this nigga's archives, and you could tell the difference when he is literally, like I said, I want you guys to listen to Drake's very, very, very first album and see how fucking different that shit is compared to his shit is now. I want y'all to really go in through there. Before Drake even had a beard. Oh, shit. Someone send the asteroids. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Woo, boy. Buddy. Man, look, I can't knock. Yesiin Bey, a.k.a. the mighty Mos Def. For anybody who's sitting there talking about who the hell that guy is, Google that nigga. Google him. It's not like you don't he's connected to a lot of shit, even in music, movies, all of that. He has done his homework. Okay? Mos Def or Yesiin Bey, because now he's Muslim now. More power to him. He's done his homework. He's earned his right. Okay? Like, Muggs still want another Black Star album with him and Talib Kweli. You know? I mean, Google that. Google him. Shit. Dave Chappelle, he's on Chappelle's show. He's connected to Dave Chappelle. Before, what's his name, doing the car karaoke shit. He was doing that with Chappelle. That's how that shit got fashionable. Because they started that shit first. Look that shit up. I mean, hell, like, he's connected to Chappelle's show. He was in Brown Sugar, which that movie was basically all about hip-hop. Taye Diggs and Sanaa Lathan. He was the side character. He was the Peter Lorre type character. I love that freaking movie. That movie sits there literally talking about hip-hop. Okay? I mean, shit, bruh. Like, I mean, to be real, let's be real. He was in the Italian Job. Mos Def was in the Italian Job with Jason Statham, Seth Green, Mark Wahlberg, Charlize Theron. He's in that ilk. You know what I'm saying? He's been in movies. Alright, he ain't some dude got shot in a wheelchair, up in a wheelchair. Wait, I think he was in 16 Blocks with Bruce Willis. Like, real talk. Like, y'all sleeping on Yesiin Bey, bruh. Bruh, if anybody who listens to, watches fucking Boondocks, he was the voice of fucking Gangstalicious. Come on, y'all. Do y'all fucking homework. I am disappointed in y'all Generation A and Z or whatever the fuck you guys are now. You guys are disappointing. You got all the technology in the world. You got a walking library in the palm of your fucking hand, and none of y'all niggas even know how to use the shit properly. Y'all sit here tweeting, trying to get viral on fucking all these fucking Snapchats and fucking TikToks and all of that stuff, trying to get your little 15 minutes of fame. Yeah, y'all can't even do y'all fucking homework. Get y'all shit right. That's for the people in the back, too. Shit. Either way, I'm going to get off the hook on this one. I got to get to another segment. I just wanted to spit that out there and explain myself. Because in truth, like I said, Drake is pop. Anybody who says otherwise, go ahead and say that shit in the comments and everything else. But prove to me otherwise that this dude is not hip. The dude is not pop. Prove to me. Lie to me. Prove to me that he's not pop. Show me where that he's not pop. Show me the where that he is hip-hop. Just because you can rap, that doesn't make you a hip-hop star. I mean, do you live in the principles of hip-hop? The real culture of hip-hop? Do you understand the math of hip-hop? You know, I mean, you don't have to do all the 4 basic groups of it, but I can guarantee you, if you are doing one of them, you should know the whole dynamic of all. At least understand it. At least teach, or at least understand understand the dynamics of it. Either way, you guys, I'm going to get off the hook. Like I said, this is the In My Mind segment on Late for the Party on Spotify, you guys. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and support the podcast. Check me out on all forms on social media. The link tree will be in the description once I upload this to my to YouTube and to the app, all that stuff. So check me out. Check out all the cool Late for the Party merch on spring.com. Like I said, y'all, I am your host, Harry LaBrea, a.k.a. Coverboy, the Modern Marvel, signing off. And as always, you're always on time when you're late for the party.